Welcome back. My name's Lukey, talking about desperate measures. Then we heard the big announcement. Psycho Fett, Ferguson Block as he's known now, and the Fallen Angel Azazel will be cashing in their #1 contendership and fighting for the EPW Tag Team titles. Thought I'd bring in one of the current EPW Tag Team champions to see what they had to say. FN Carnage, how you doing?
Good.
Now, I noticed you've got something on your lip there. You might want to wipe that off before we start. This is awkward. This is really uncomfortable. No, you're defending these titles. This is a huge match. What do you have to say about that challenge?
Well, look, everyone thinks we're the underdogs, which we like. We're the underdogs, big deal. That's what worked for us in the past, and it's obviously going to work again.
Fair enough. Now, do you think you may be taking them a little too lightly, though? Like, we're talking about two very impressive EPW wrestlers that are going up against you. This could be your toughest challenge yet.
No, it is our toughest challenge. But like I said, we've got the underdog status. This has worked for us in the past. These guys, Azazel beat me before in the cage. Psycho Vet beat me last match.
And they also caned you in the head. That's got to be making you angry. You've got to be waiting for revenge on these guys.
Well, look, I want to put that in the past, all right? He hit me in the head, fair enough. He'll get his in the end.
If people want to show their support, do you recommend they buy a brand new Fighting Hellfish t-shirt?
One of these ones?
Yes, the very one you're wearing.
That one there?
How awesome is that shirt?
Pretty good.
Well, I think if enough people bought it, it might just get you over the line and retain those tag team titles.
Indeed, I agree.
It's going to be a huge show. That is one of the huge matches coming up. Another big match, we're going to talk about the other EPW championship that will be on the line. Jimmy Payne defending against Shane Haste inside of a steel cage. Last week we had a look at Shane Haste and what he has to offer. Now let's take a look at the EPW champion, Jimmy Payne.
The fact of the matter is, Jimmy Payne does not lose. The fans can call him a whole lot of things, but one thing you cannot call him is a loser.
Since day one in EPW, Jimmy Payne has been at the very top of explosive pro wrestling. Jimmy Payne, in my mind, is the most dominant wrestler that EPW has ever seen. But Jimmy Payne can do everything. He throws suplexes, he wrestles, he brawls, and for the most part there's no one that can touch him.
To say Jimmy Payne is the most dominant wrestler in EPW is an understatement. He has gone through everyone on the roster and he's beaten them all. Now it doesn't matter if you say he almost beat him and this guy almost beat him, he still walked out champion and still won.
Jimmy Payne is a thug, and he is a bully, but he is the best professional wrestler this city, no, this country has ever seen.
He has torn a path for EPW. He has beaten every single person that he has been put in the ring with. Jimmy Payne has been the EPW champion for the last 13 months. He's been the most dominant champion that EPW has ever seen. It's going to take a hell of a man to beat him and a hell of a man to take that title away from him.
There he is, the current EPW champion, Jimmy Payne, showing us why he's held that belt for over a year. A very dominating champion, but has he got what it takes to beat Shane Haste inside of a steel cage? Only time's going to tell at Desperate Measures. Also happening at that show, we've got the EPW Tag Team titles being defended as the Fighting Hellfish take on Ferguson Block and the Fallen Angel Azazel. They are the #1 contenders. They announced earlier that they're going to be cashing it in at Desperate Measures, and that will be one hell of a matchup. Also in action, Jose Del Santo and Chris Weiss, and of course, one of the last spots for the NWA Pro Australian Tournament as David Storm takes on Bobby Marshall. Right now though, we're lucky to be joined by EPW board member Brett Corvus, who has another match to announce for the already huge show Desperate Measures.
That's right, Lukey, we're having a three-way dance, which will be a case of AZ Vergara, the new sensation, versing the 6'4" Richter, And just recently coming back from EPW Adelaide, Damien Slater.
Damien Slater, that's huge! The man beat Mikey, and that's an easy feat. I gotta tell ya, that is gonna be an awesome matchup.
It will be. Hopefully it'll be half as good as what we saw in Evolution.
I can guarantee it. It is going to be one of the biggest events of the year. If you don't already have your tickets, log on right now to ticketmaster.com.au and pick them up. And for all your latest news, head to epwperth.com. This is going to be huge. It's Desperate Measures, only a few weeks away. Check back next Monday for another episode as we bring you all the latest news right here. For more information on all EPW shows, head to epwperth.com, and for all your EPW ticketing needs, ticketmaster.com.au.